95 degrees. I
and
was
he's
in
wearing that.
this pillow strapped to my body and this heavy polyester suit and wig and glasses. I was dying.
She found it with the stripes down the leg and everything.
It was killer. It was killer. But that was amazing. Yeah. So that's
And it was the real Soup Man.
it was the real Superman. He was there in the band with his
He hadn't changed in a day.
like it's bizarre. Soup is treating him well.
That's funny. Thank God for Seinfeld, huh?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And like weirdly enough, I guess like the company is based out of like Ocean Township or something.
Right.
Or Shrewsbury.
Right.
Like,
Near,
they're
near the
very,
shore.
very, very local.
Oh wow. All right, so you have this album.
Yes.
Now, do you have any others?
Yep. I put out my first EP when I was in New York. So I think it was 1997 or 90. I think it was 97. It was called The Psychology of Waiting. And that was just a 6-song EP that I recorded, basically me in a studio with different studio musicians I brought in. It wasn't a band thing. It was just a studio project, but it was cool. We did it was 5 original songs plus 1 cover.
Okay.
And that's available on iTunes and like it's still out there. It's just actually we still do the cover song a lot,
Yep.
Up the Neck by the Pretenders. And then we delved into some of those older tunes as well still.
Okay.
I think they stand up.
What's the biggest gig you guys have ever done? I don't mean size of audience. I mean, have you ever opened for anybody of any prominence?
I opened up I can't say the collective we because we weren't probably all there, but Tanya was probably there. But we opened for Leslie Gore
Oh, no kidding.
at the Algonquin Arts Center.
Okay.
I opened for Chris Smither at the Saint, which was an honor because I cover his songs. And who does Clearwater? Is it Guthrie?
The Clearwater
Oh,
Festival
Chapin. Jen Chapin.
Oh, okay.
The daughter.
Of Harry.
Yeah, it was Harry's daughter and her husband, I think, played cello, and she played guitar, and they were amazing. And then we played. He opened up for another band out of L.A. that was killer, and I can't remember the name. West Indian Girl, they were called. They were
Okay.
awesome.
Not familiar with them, but
And in my 80s days, when I was in 900 Rooms, we opened up for a Flock of Seagulls.
no.
They were
Wow.
Were they horrible?
horrible. Of course they were.
Like as human beings or musicians?
They just.
Yes.
Yeah, like no, I don't really think we hung out with them. I just thought it was just a very like, I don't know, like it's like a guy playing a keyboard and and it was just a lot of nodding and
Yeah.
it wasn't
A lot of
there wasn't a lot of
tracks.
musicians.
I remember one time I opened. I had 2 friends who they had an acoustic duo and they added me on Latin percussion, and we opened up for a Celtic band called Tempest. Now, Tempest, their bass player was the bass player from the Tubes.
Wow.
Remember the
Oh,
Tubes?
Yeah, of course.
Don't Fall in Love,
Yeah,
She's a
yeah,
Beauty,
love
right?
them. Really
And
good band.
we had a green room, sort of. It was an area off to the side of the stage where, it was very accessible to anybody and everybody. But so the 3 of us are hanging out, and in comes Tempest. And they're really cool. They're from the San Francisco area.
Oh, cool.
They were touring the East Coast, and for some reason, they stopped at this little joint called the Conduit, which is across the street from the arena in Trenton. And I'm not kidding. The room held like 60 people, but it had a sound system that could fill giant stadiums.
Wow.
It was just the best. At the time, the sound system was like, $100,000 or some outrageous figure of money. But so we're hanging out in the green room, and this guy from the Tubes, I can't remember his name right now, the bass player, but he was the absolute nicest man I had ever encountered
That's awesome.
in my life up to that point, as far as a musician who actually had some credibility.
Yeah.
This guy was all about us. He's like, so how long you guys been playing? How long you been together? you guys, I caught your set. It was really cool.
That's
Yeah,
good.
Nice.
He was asking, and guys, got any questions? You need any help with anything? Give us his card. I mean, he was just really a cool guy.
Were they talk to you later? Was that them? I'll
Yeah,
talk
yeah, yeah.
to you
See,
later.
Was that the Tubes too?
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
Yeah, they had a lot of good ones.
I watched a lot of MTV.
Yeah. Did you see D.L. Byron?
I don't remember that.
Oh, we gotta
Maybe
look
what's
that
the
up.
name of the song?
I can't remember the name of his band. I think it might have been D.L. Byron.
He didn't have a name of the band. I looked it up. I didn't find a name of the band.
Interesting.
Look, go
Right.
to YouTube
Okay.
and look up D.L. Byron and something
Okay.
else. Maybe.
It didn't pop when I was looking at his history. Nothing really like.
D.L. and the Zen Archers. No,
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know.
It did talk about his spiritual journey and why he was called Zen Archer, but I mean, there was a whole long thing that I read, but I couldn't find his
Yeah.
band name.
All right, let's do some more music. If you want some of Carl Chesna, 609-241-7103. Hey, we should auction off your green velvet dress, man,
Oh, gosh,
for fun and profit.
it's long gone. It's probably in a dumpster somewhere.
But
in
you
the
found
East
the
Village.
photo for your
I did find that awful
storyteller.
photo. I look like a disturbing version of my mother.
Just to satisfy my curiosity with that statement, did your mother have a beard too? I just want to know because you said you didn't shave.
Oh, she waxed.
Oh man.
Ain't that the name of that tune you were playing? Something about wax, Asbury wax.
No, Asbury Wax Cylinder Recordings was actually, I was paying homage to Thomas Edison because he
Oh.
invented the wax cylinders, which were the first records. So actually, if you look at the record, the logo is actually based on his,
This one or this one?
yeah, either one on the back, you'll see the little
Okay.
Asbury Wax Cylinder. It's based on his Edison Recordings
Mhm.
cylinders because I have one of the actual wax cylinders. I bought it at the flea market, Collingswood.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, I brought it to my graphics guy, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll hook it up."
We'll fix that. Yeah. All right. So, what do you want to do for us?
I was thinking we would play a song off the record if that's cool.
It's fine with me.
I was
What-
thinking, since we were talking earlier about the concept of the record and Prayer to the Black Madonna, and one of the standout songs I feel on the record for me is called "Selfish Comedy," which is one of those relationship songs, but also I think.
Really?
Yes, but also it really speaks to writing can be very cathartic, and you're talking about like a wow, look at how horrible you are, and really, if you turn the picture around or turn the mirror around, like you find those qualities in yourself, and so it's really about recognizing the behavior in others, but then
Looking
trying
at the man in the mirror. Sorry.
Not just-
Introspective.
yes. Well, kind of taking your own inventory and realizing your part, like what we see in others ultimately is a reflection of what we maybe have within, and what things that we have to confront in our own self.
Interesting concept.
Yeah,
Very Freudian.
it's kind of deep, but
Well-
that's kind of where it came from, and I don't know if that's where it came from when I wrote it, but now when I read the lyrics, I'm like, wow, this is a lot. It means something different to me now,
Okay. All right.
and it's a song I wrote probably 18 years ago, and as we've been playing it together, I think Tanya would agree. Like it's become one of our stronger tunes.
Yeah, I love
And
that.
I don't know why. It's just like I think we just kind of it's gelling,
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's definitely different when we do it than
Oh my
on the
gosh,
album
yeah.
so much.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
No, you have it, Art?
Which one? Track one or track two?
Is it?
Selfish comedy.
Selfish comedy.
It's
Oh,
not
okay. I'm
marked on
sorry.
the CD.
Oh, all right. That explains it. 1, 2, 3, 4, track 5,
Wait a minute.
according to this. Selfish comedy. Mike, you all right back there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Mike found that couch and just sunk in.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm cool right here. Don't bother me. I'm just going to play the bass.
Yeah, he's a pretty chill guy. He plays the background. He's chill.
Well, most bass players are either totally chill or totally fanatics, maniacs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, jumping around, so on and so forth. Others are like
I'm like
ox.
I guess
drummers.
what am I? I guess I have to be the more chill one. I guess I don't know. As,
I put
as a
you-
bass player.
I'd put you in between, maybe.
Oh, I
maybe.
guess I'm the exception to the rule.
You're
That's,
I think you are.
that's been the story of my life.
Metal feeling.
I have CD then.
Did
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
yeah, that's
single.
different.
So that's the
Did I send you tracks?
um,
Yeah, there you go.
I think. Hold on, let me-
I think I sent them. Were they in the tracks? You
yeah,
sent?
yeah.
Oh, there we go. All right, so while Art's
Sorry.
doing that,
But all of his stuff is under DL Byron. There's really no band name.
Really?
put D.L. Byron MTV.
Uh-huh.
Now we're on a mission. I should just call him and tell him to call in and give us a name. DL, are you listening?
Lost Treasures, DL Byron.
Hey, see?
Home, DL Byron. Zen Archer Records, DL Byron.
Hmm.
They don't have no band.
He's become a recluse. He's like Howard Hughes.
YouTube has him just as DL Byron.
Okay.
So
Well, it might be one of the MTV videos on there.
could be. But his
See?
bands are all under DL Byron.
Okay, that might have been the name of his band.
Mhm.
But he's been living on Shadows of the Night money for his whole life, I guess.
Yes, absolutely.
No, not really.
He did a lot
no,
of it.
he
He was
does.
with Clive Davis. He was with,
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
he's done a
did.
lot of things. Yeah, matter of fact, he didn't even know he won the Grammy for Shadow of the Night. He said it showed up at his door one day.
Oh,
He's
wow.
like, "What's this?"
That's amazing.
but he
So-
wrote a book. He wrote a
Yeah,
book,
he
Shadow
just
of the Night.
actually he just wrote a book
Yep.
and published it.
That's
When are you
funny.
writing a book, Carl?
Yeah, it was-
Sorry.
When are you writing a book?
Oh, Carl's got a book, and we can't talk about it yet,
Yes.
though. It's
We
a
can't-
covert
can't talk
operation.
about that. Yeah.
Oh.
The next storyteller, maybe.
Hmm.
I've got a lot of stories. I'll tell you.
VH1
Happy
story.
Father's Day, by the way, to all your listeners.
We're fathers.
To all our listeners or just the fathers?
Well, no, all of you,
Yeah, we should all be happy.
because you.
What do you think?
could be
Well,
a
everybody
father
had to
one
have
day.
had a father if they're here.
Yes.
True. This is true. Do you have kids? You have kids?
No, I have a
Okay.
father, or I thought I had a father. We don't really know who my father is anymore. That's the
That's a
next.
story.
That's the
That's
next.
it.
That's
story.
the next story.
Me and my brother both found out that
Really?
you're,
Remember I said I'm not going to ask anything personal.
the whole like the 23andMe commercial. You know, like it's like, yeah, crazy.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm like Daddy. I don't.
That's the next story.
the
and
next story.
It should be maybe a book.
Is this like
Yeah.
Toy
Could-
Story
could
where
be a
he's Zurg?
It's gonna be a journey. It's gonna be a journey. I know who my mother is.
You sure?
Well, we think.
She knows.
I look like my grandfather, so I'm pretty sure we're tight on that one.
Do you have a strong urge to follow the circus, Carl?
Actually,
You said you look like an angry version of your mother. Or whatever.
the bearded lady.
The bearded lady.
No. I'm a homebody. Right?
Are you?
Yeah, I love to travel, but I love to come home. I got like 10 days in me, and after 10 days, I want to come back to my cave.
I was just in Myrtle Beach for 10 days.
Oh yeah,
And I did not want to come back.
I can see that.
I was trying to do everything to find somebody to host this show forever.
Well, we're glad you came.
I don't have access to those files.
Oh,
I have the email.
okay,
But I
but
have
you
no
can't.
access to them.
Oh, you only gave me access to those files. All right, let's do another tune then. What's well, I can give this
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
Yeah, give him that one.
uh,
Yeah.
Just give me a second.
all right.
Yeah, no problem.
Meanwhile, back at Art. So, you know what? I opened it. I didn't even see that you granted me permission. I didn't realize that he would have needed it as well when I forwarded it. along
Yeah, I
with him.
don't-
I apologize.
I
for that.
have to say, like, like I'm lucky I can email. Like I have so
Technology
like
challenge,
it's
are you? Is that what
very
you're saying?
very very bad.
Why is that?
I sometimes just have to go and sit next to Carl
Sorry,
so he
Carl.
doesn't throw the computer out the window.
Yeah.
When he's trying to-
Actually, that happened once, twice. Once at
Every
home,
time.
once at home and once at the office.
Oh boy.
Just not.
Was
good with-
anybody under the window when you
No,
threw
no,
it
no.
out?
No, but I'll tell you, the poor computer, it didn't deserve that. They just don't like me.
Have a little trouble
Uh-huh.
with patience there, Carl?
Uh-huh.
That's why I play an acoustic guitar. I even stay away from electric. Like it's
Wow.
just not good with it.
No?
No, I like I like knobs. I don't like digital. Like
You're an analog man.
I'm an
Mm.
analog man for sure.
Oh.
Ooh, there's the song.
You
The
said track.
title of your
You said
next
track
album.
5, right?
That is a
The
song.
Analog Man.
Track 5.
Is
Yeah,
it?
track-
Rush
Uh,
has a song called.
see? That's
Oh,
Really? Oh, that I wouldn't know that.
neither would I. I know very little.
Signals or
ooh, nice.
one of those. Power windows. Signals, I think, actually. Yeah. Yep. So, you
We
ready,
good?
Art?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
Meanwhile, back at the Radio Hall of Justice, Art has come up with the tune. I can't remember what are we doing now.
Selfish comedy.
Selfish comedy. Charles Kesna.
Yes, that's me.
Anybody got beer? Carl Chesna here on Rock On Radio. 609-241-7103. If you want a copy of something, we'll give it to you. Give us a call. Talk to Carl. Talk to any of us. Save me. This is from Prayer to the Black Madonna. His song called
Selfish comedy.
Maybe I'd have done better if I never said hello. Now I sit here and write these letters, pretending that I know what goes on in your tormented mind. That mask you wear is so unkind. Of all the beautiful people in this world, you prove the opposition so absurd. It seems I'm getting older, and I dreamed my years away. Grown fearful yet somehow bolder. I guess that's the price that you pay. So I took the chance, it was mine to take. If that's a crime, make no mistake. What of all the beautiful people in this world? You can't deny the tragedy when you see the selfish comedy unfurled. We can't foretell the future by living in the past. Before our time is over, we'll hold everything to make it last. As you gaze into the crystal ball, the visions fade. Don't you recall that of all the beautiful people in this world? You can't deny the tragedy when you see the selfish comedy unfurled. Of all the beautiful people in this world. the tragedy when you see the selfish comedy unfurl.
There we go. Oh, darn. It was perfect.
We'll do
Claire's
that
not
one.
here.
We'll do
Claire's
that
out
We
of the
can play
room.
that track next.
Yeah, that's too old. That's a good one too.
Claire was out of the room. I can dance. When my daughter and Claire are around, I'm forbidden from dancing.
Aw.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking while that song was playing, Carl Chestnut and Company, and the tune was called Selfish what? Comedy. Selfish Comedy. We were talking about Art. I don't know if you heard, but this is Raven's debut radio appearance.
Is that like initiation?
I
I think there's an initiation.
I already apologized. just so you know, Raven. Okay. All the other shows that you'll ever go on
Will be nothing
will
like
be
this.
nothing like this. They'll be taking breaks for like news and traffic, whatever. Yeah, what's that?
Commercials.
Commercials. Yeah, commercials. See, I have sponsors. I have great sponsors.
We don't
Matter of fact, if you, not you, but you out there, anybody out there wants to sponsor Rock On Radio, all you got to do is make a donation to the City of Angels.
Nice.
Go to cityofangelsnj.org and make a donation. I don't care what it is.
$2.3 million was being highlighted.
Right?
Yes.
If that's the case, if you're going to donate 2.3 mil, come to me first.
I'll be the first to know.
Art will be the first to know, and then we'll talk. But no, if you any donation, doesn't matter the size, the shape. Make it American currency, please. We will. You have to clarify these things.
Sorry, we
Sam.
do not accept the Deutschmark.
Correct.
Oh, that wouldn't be so bad. Is
No
it?
euros.
We don't take
Listen.
Bitcoin either.
Venmo. So we are going to, if you make a donation, I will make you a sponsor for 30 days. Now, one of the things that you must realize if you want to sponsor this program is not only are we broadcast live right here on coaradio.com and societybitesradio.com, which is out of the Midwest, I believe.
Is it?
Uh-huh. We got a couple other stations possibly going to pick up the live feed as well, but we also have affiliates. We have affiliates in the United States, we have affiliates in Canada, and we have affiliates in the United Kingdom.
Wow.
So this show is re-aired 7 days a week somewhere. So just for your donation, go to cityofangelsnj.org and in the remarks column, make sure you just put Rock On Radio, and we'll make you a sponsor for 30 days. Then you get all that great free advertising.
And then we'll put it on our website.
Is it on our website?
Our sponsors are.
Yes, and it goes on dcror.com. Matter of fact, speaking of which, I have something I need to pull up here because Art, I talked to our good friend today, Jay Petsko.
Oh,
Okay,
Mr. J.
and this is great, Carl. Matter of fact, this will benefit you here. Let me scroll up and find. Oh, I went past it. I will show you what this is right here. IndieCast TV. It's called.
All right.
Okay. Now, as I wait for it to load, there it is. Making money for an indie artist just got easier. It's what music television should be. If your music video makes the IndieCast TV top 150, it will air for a 24-hour linear channel on a 24-hour linear channel broadcasting worldwide. Each time your video airs, you will be paid 25 cents per play from the very first play. So if you are an indie artist and you have a video and you want to try and recoup some cash,
That's way more than Spotify.
I
way
don't-
more than
Never
Spotify.
even
I
thought about
don't
that.
think we've ever made money.
What's that? Money.
Oh, you're a musician.
Yeah.
Oh, please. You know,
Say, man,
Alms
have
for the
a
poor. No.
you can go to IndieCastTV.com. IndieCastTV.com. Yep. And Jay,
Video up there.
Jay also told me that health-wise, he is in incredible shape.
I know I have not seen him since his surgery, but I heard he
Yep.
is fantastic.
Yep, Jay has gotten himself in shape, and good for him. Jay is he's a great graphic designer, and he's even a nicer all-around person. So
He's a good guy.
IndieCast Television, what music television should be. Go to IndieCastTV.com.
We actually filmed a video.
Well, there you go.
in
Submit
Asbury
it,
Park
and you're
for,
in.
Dark Night of the Soul.
Mhm.
Okay, submit it, and you're in. See, 25 cents a play. You're all over that, Laura Schooler. I know you are.
On YouTube.
It's already on our page and our event.
Whoa, see, that's the best producer in the business right
Yeah.
there. See that?
Yes.
All right. But yes, Raven, I'm sorry. What is it you have to say there? You have something?
Oh, she wasn't in the video. She's
you
upset.
guys are gonna submit Dark Knight of the Soul. You don't want to make another one with the saxophone in it?
Absolutely.
Next album.
Okay,
Raven,
fine.
Raven, don't fret.
Dark Knight.
Look,
Don't fret. She
let me-
plays the sax.
Ooh, good.
Ah!
Good. Look at that music
Oh,
reference.
great.
Sharp as a tack.
Yeah, there it is.
2 years ago. It'll be 2 years in August. I was asked to be part of a CNN documentary about the Pope.
Hmm.
Okay,
Plural.
so popes. Well, no, it was called Pope, right? Pope was the name of the documentary. Pope. Anyway, it was about popes through the centuries. Okay, and I was asked. Originally, I was cast as a villager who would be part of an assassination scene in a church. Okay. No, I was a villager. I was not a peasant. Actually, I looked like a pizza guy.
Wearing tights
But
and
that's
blue-
beside the point.
Pizza guy from the 1400s.
Hey, well,
Hey,
extra cheese
Luigi.
with that. So, anyway,
How did this come about?
believe me, you put on a green dress. I went in a different direction.
You know what?
When money got
had
tough,
tights.
I went in a different direction. I wore tights.
Explain, I
Yeah,
understand.
no, I wore tights in a Christopher Columbus costume. So, true story. So anyway, so I go and I sit in this university in Philadelphia, and they shot this there because all of the architecture was exactly like Rome. The church looked like the Roman Senate back in the day. Okay, I mean, and this was an older school, and it had pillars that were just massive and huge, looked like ancient Rome. Okay, it was about 98 degrees with about 3,000% humidity. I'm in Center City, Philly. I'm shooting this thing. I sit there half the morning. Then I go over to the church again, dressed like Christopher Columbus, or to the church, dressed like Christopher Columbus. Sit in there while they get all the different shot angles and all this stuff down. I am in the front row, right next to the guy that was assassinated, and I wound up on the cutting room floor.
Oh.
However, yep, there it is. However, that's Emperor Constantine, by the way. Him and I are tight. However, you see that role right there? That was not supposed to be what I was supposed to do. I was a Roman nobleman. I was about to leave, and they said, "Excuse me, can you stay?" I
You look
said,
very noble.
"I do, don't I?"
Regal.
I was a noblest, like an obelisk, but noble. So they asked me to stay, and they said, "We want you to be a Roman nobleman." So they dressed me in a tunic and a sash, and they send me over to the church again, but this time on the upper level. And I go there, and my job, they said, just look concerned. Okay. And that's
I
my
think you
concern.
nailed it.
Look.
Good concern
You nailed
face.
it.
That's great.
I'm looking at Emperor Constantine there as he's preparing an edict to do something, right? Set all the Philistines or Byzantines.
Philistines were long.
Byzantines, Philistine,
Yeah, they were long. Philistines long gone. Byzantine.
Hazelstein.
Yeah.
Isaacstein, I don't know whatever they were, the religious people. And,
Goldberg.
and the Goldbergs, yes. And they, the icebergs, they sank the
Exactly.
Titanic.
That is, yes.
So they,
We go everywhere.
and they actually that scene there took about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, right? While they tried different various Roman noblemen. They paid one guy to walk in with a water jug and pretend to pour water. And I mean, it's
He's
really
on the cutting
amazing
room
what
floor.
they do to shoot these TV and films, you know. And it's like, okay, didn't think anything of it. So the Pope came on. It was shown at Easter last year.
It
Now,
was
this
a
was
series.
August
It was
of
a series, yeah.
2017.
We were here. We tried to set it up.
Yeah, it was August of 2017, and it wasn't aired until March or April of 2018.
Mm.
And that scene right there was about you saw my mug for about what, 5 seconds?
Enough that we could screenshot it really quick. I was like, hey, look! Yeah. That was it.
So don't worry about not being in a video. You've got plenty of time. Then right after that, as I was walking out of that shoot, I got a phone call. They wanted me to go to Wildwood the next day and be the face of Maury's Pier in Wildwood, New Jersey. It's like cool, right? So I go down there, right? And they're shooting a commercial for Maury's Pier. And I was supposed to be a grumpy old man sitting on the chair.
Well, that's like typecasting. That's perfect.
They're
Well,
like
they picked the right guy.
eating ice cream.
Oh, I like that job.
That was the very first night Dr. Sawney was on the Health and Wellness show. Okay. I'm in Wildwood. Mary Ann's here by herself, right? And I sat there they told me my call time was 2:00. I got there about 1:30. Sat there until after 8:00 at night.
You really wanted to be grumpy.
And never shot my scene.
That would have definitely been grumpy.
Yeah, that would have been grumpy.
They paid you, right?
They paid me.
Okay. Well, you had nothing to be grumpy about.
Well, I was grumpy until I got the check in the mail. Then I was happy. Yay!
I'm gonna be sneezing.
Was there ice cream?
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah, at least get to have the ice
I didn't even get ice cream.
Oh.
And it was a stereotypical thing. They stuck me in a wife beater T-shirt with a Hawaiian shirt and flip flops.
No pants?
No pants.
A sacral shot.
That's the wound. Oh, no. Here we go.
So
It's
you'll
no
make it
reservoir.
one day, Ray. Look at me. I'm 122 years old and I made it.
You didn't take ice cream, though.
Why don't we do one more tune? Sorry. I'm like Pavlov's dog when it comes to brown sugar. Why don't we do one more tune before we have to wrap things up here on the Carl Chesnutt hour?
Want to do a live one?
What? Sure.
All right.
Whatever you want to do.
Banshees. Yes, we will have banshees.
This is is a old favorite from our live performances. It's called Whore of Babylon.
Oh no! What's going on over here? Tragedy. If you're just tuning in, this is Rock on Radio. You got about 10 minutes left. All right, you got 8 minutes left. If you want to give us a call, send you a copy of Prayer to the Black Madonna, Here Comes Trouble, and theme song from Carl Chesnutt. But right now, they're going to do one live. Go ahead.
And they took me to the river, and they dragged me through the fields, and they found my root with cotton rice, and they said I'd been revealed, full of blame, full of confusion, whispering their prayers, for the bigger institution, for the misery is there. I'm the seeker of mercy and innocence, for me the whole Babylon. I am the blessed martyr of Magdalene, for me the whole Babylon. Oh, I offer my repentance. Oh, I know it wasn't vain. And they shouted mortal sentence. And then it began to rain. 40 moons and 40 sunsets, 40 years and 40 lives, 40 dreams and 40 memories, all the tears that made me wise. I am a lady of perpetual sorrow. Oh, me the whole of Babylon. I take the shame of blame in the shadow. Oh, me the whole of This has been my story, the story seldom told. There were many here before me, down the river they were sold. I am the son of mercy, and it is for me the whore of Babylon. I am the cursed mother of Babylon, for me the whore of Babylon. I am a lady of perpetual sorrow, for me the whore of Babylon. Just is the shame of blame in the shadow, for me the whore of
Whoa. Whoa. I you know what that kind of reminded me of at the end there, especially when I looked at you, Tanya, with the strings. I could hear a lot of low cello, like a symphonic, like a Moody Blues type of thing going on there, man.
We'll take that.
Yeah. Wow. Good for you. Speaking of Moody, I I don't know why this is a connection, but we have Claire, the Sirens,
Yes.
July 6th
Yes. July
at the
6th.
Danny Clinch Gallery.
In Asbury Park. It's the Sirens of Asbury Park on the 6th from, I think it's 6 to 10. It's $10 donation at the door.
Yep.
And you can go to our Rock On Radio Facebook page, and there's some events shared there. Joe Weimer is the one that's masterminding it, and you are emceeing it.
I am the MC, yes,
He is.
on July 6th.
Yes, she is.
And it's all women. It's business owners in and around Asbury Park. It's musicians, vocalists, and such. Everybody's got a slot.
Correct.
So come on out.
I was trying to find it. But,
I have it.
okay. Yes, that. And I have been asked to MC the Sourlands Music Festival, which is technically, I guess it's Blauenberg, but it's between Blauenberg and Hopewell in the Sourlands mountain range. There's a golf course there, and we have I think I've got that on my Facebook page. I can see that very shortly.
Well, I'll
But
tell you.
that's June 22nd. What?
Nice.
Okay. There's the Sirens of Asbury
Yeah, I got it
Park.
right here. I was gonna
Okay.
go to
Go
it.
ahead. Who's at the Sirens?
All right. So it's Rachel Dobkin, Shelley
Monacchio.
Monacchio, Joe Weimer, Mary McCrink, Maxine Snow, Kim Yarson, Jennifer Karma, and Samantha Spano. And then the businesses,
Samantha.
and Tie Dye Amy, Betty's Icebox, and Pasta Volo. They were actually
Mhm.
looking for a winery as well to help sponsor, but they didn't get there yet. But celebrating women of music, art, food, and beauty who have made a name for themselves in and around Asbury.
That's so
Oh,
cool.
that's wonderful.
Yep, that's June 20 or June 6th or July 6th.
July 6th
Right.
and Saturday night at says here 5 to 8.
Right.
So and the logo was made by our very own Maxine Snow. She designed the logo.
Maxine, I love Maxine.
I know she's doing great.
So cool.
Actually, and then the Sourland Music Festival is it's a huge what do you call it? All day festival. I shouldn't say all day. It begins at 4 p.m. It's from 4 to 10. and it's just nothing but music and food, and they got, I mean, a great lineup this year.
Mhm.
Danelia Cotton, Anthony Kreisen, Citizens Band Radio, the Mike Montre Band is going to be there. The Adventures of Matt Black, the Gumbo Goombas. Uh,
That's a great name.
Yep, and it's going to be a great. Anthony Kreisen, of course, played with the Spin Doctors, so on and so forth.
Nice.
And he's a friend of this program.
Cool.
He's actually one of the very first interviews I ever did when I became a writer for the Trentonian.
Neat.
Wow, cool.
All right, so what are your websites and everything again?
www.asburywax.com,
Okay,
and you can get us on Facebook.com/Chesnaco, CHESNACO.
beautiful. Carl, thank you so much for making the trip.
Thank you so much for having me.
Our time is up, believe it or not. That
Yes,
quick.
thank you so
Mike,
much.
thank you. Tanya, Raven. Again, remember, the rest aren't like this, kid.
This was
Laura,
awesome.
thank you for reaching out.
Thank you guys for having us.
We greatly appreciate that. You have any upcoming gigs before we get out of here real quick? I forgot to ask.
We have nothing booked. We're going to be up in Keyport soon at Espresso Joe's. We're just trying to nail down the date.
Okay.
And then back at Cafe Artiste, I think in August.
Oh,
So
excellent.
July will be the Espressos and the Cafe, what did I say, Espresso Joe's? And then back at Cafe Artiste. I
All
think.
right.
And then,
Fantastic. That's right. And before we get out of here real quick, I know I only got about 10 seconds left, but this past week's been a tough one for me in the music community. As I mentioned last week, David Good, a good friend of mine, guitar player, passed away. Another good friend of mine, Ernie Triumfo. Matter of fact, the last time I was at the Sourlands Festival, I performed with him and Patty Blee. He passed away also of cancer. And another one of the best drummers I've ever seen in my life. Plays locally with Paul Plummerai and
Yeah.
Ernie White, Tommy Riak, Marty Paglione.
Actually, Vinny really honored those guys last night.
Oh,
as well.
did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Vinny, Marty had a massive stroke. They're not sure what's going on with him, but love him while you can, guys. All right. Next week we have the Sirens in here.
Yep.
So the Sirens of Song will be in here. And until then,
Rock on!
Rock on.